Farrells Garden estate was the historic home of Fuller E. Calloway Sr., and he was a prominent textile entrepreneur here in the area and actually produced cotton duck. And he built this house in 1916 as a 25th wedding anniversary gift for his wife Ida Kaysen Calloway. And they lived here from 1916 until each of them passed away. And they purchased this property because of the garden. Back in 1912, the Sarah Farrell family had developed the gardens, and they loved the gardens, and Sarah and her family had passed away, so they acquired this property. And there was the Sarah Farrell's gardens were already here, and then they added this home to it. So most people build a home and add a garden. Here they had a garden and added a home.
You know, some of the exterior landscape was put in after it became the Calloway estate, Hills and Dales. And it's named Hills and Dales because of the topography. You know, you drove up here and you saw that this is, you know, sits at the crest of a hill. And so the entire family estate encompassed many more acres than, you know, what we maintain now at Hills and Dales as a public garden. The original garden, the Farrells Garden, was constructed on terraces. This hill was terraced originally for ag crops, and terracing was done to control erosion. So your crop didn't end up at the bottom of a hill after, you know, washing rains. And so the north face of the hill had been left under crop cultivation by the Farrell family, and they built their home in pretty much the same spot, and the garden was constructed on the south slope, but they left the terraces. And so the garden, you walk down old steps. The main hedges are all boxwood, and we have several different varieties of those, of common box and English boxwood, and then some others. We have, and I mentioned the old magnolias, the southern magnolias that are here that are evergreen. Alice Calloway put in a very nice deciduous magnolia collection. So we have a number of deciduous magnolia trees that bloom early in the year. Some of them will start blooming very soon, mid-February. They're very precocious and they'll start blooming soon and then bloom on through spring. You know, there's a variety of bulbs. We have a greenhouse collection in our greenhouse of ferns and maidenhair ferns, polypodium ferns, begonias, anthuriums, calla lilies. We have an herb garden that's adjacent to the greenhouse that she put in the 1960s. There's just a lot here for people to see.
Fuller Calloway Jr. and Alice lived here up until the 1990s. And when Alice Calloway passed away in 1998, she left it to Fuller E. Calloway Foundation and asked that it be used for the enjoyment and instruction of the visiting public. So she wanted it to be a house and garden museum. And now people can come in and take tours of the home, take tours of the gardens. We also do educational workshops. We have lectures. We do a wonderful picnic in the garden in the spring, which is free. If you bring in a picnic, you get to come in the gardens free. In the fall, we do stories in the garden, and in December, we decorate for Christmas. So there's always something new happening here.
When people come, they kind of, they call it, we hear a hidden gem. They say that, you know, the gardens are gorgeous, they're marvelous. People that are truly horticulture geeks, just, they geek out on the number of plants, the number of species that are here, the design of the garden, the fact that it's been here and is still extant from the 19th century, the historic garden, the historic park. So, you know, there's a lot about the property that appeals, you know, to a lot of people.